What's going on, YouTube? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Welcome to Texas Podcast. Thank you for all the day ones, all the new subscribers, all the likes, comments, feedback. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciated. It's Friday. Hopefully everybody's having a good Friday. I know it's probably payday for a lot of people. Spend it wisely. Just want to do my little live for today, man. I know I ain't been on here for a day or two. Uh, got my monthly medication, so usually I'm out for a couple of days after that treatment. So uh, got that treatment done, I think Wednesday, yesterday, day before, I didn't feel, you know what I mean? But today I feel a little, a lot better, a lot better. And somebody put in the comments, right? We're having, we're interviewing a victim. I mean, that to me, that is so contradicting, right? You got all these platforms that were spewing nothing but Mark innocence, Mark's the saint. There ain't no Mark victims. There ain't none of this, right? They grew their platforms off defending Mark. That's how their platforms grew. That's how they got notarized, right? June got notarized by what? Defending Mark, right? All these characters got notarized for defending Mark, a serial rapist, right? And now you got characters, because that's what I call them, characters. You don't know who's who. A good thing I distance myself away, right? Because when you have guys that have plans of wanting that I could play this role, I could play that role, then that's when you have to start distancing yourself from it. Because now it's like this person, you don't want the truth of the reality. You just want cosplay. You want role play. You want to succumb to any kind of role you want to be to benefit your role. I got a victim coming up, right? I'm working on it. I got a victim, right? A real victim of prison rape, right? A real prison story that you can sit there and you can verify the documents. You can go and verify the story. It's documented, right? It's documented. So I like dealing with facts, man. True stories. I don't like people when people try to align themselves with you and tell you, hey, I can be this person, I can be that person. It's too much cosplay and role play, man. That for me, I don't deal with the fairy tales, right? So when I see these interviews, I'm like, man, these are the same characters I wanted to be somebody else. It seems like this shit's turning into like a soap opera, man. Like it feels like everybody thinks that, oh man, we were aligned with Mark. We do this, and now all of a sudden, all our transgressions and all this shit that we said should be good. We're on the victim side now. But I'm not gonna let y'all roll with that, man. I'm gonna continue exposing for who you are, man. Y'all can interview as many fake victims as y'all want, man. Right? Verify it until we hear it from the horse's mouth, until I hear it strictly from a victim themselves, right? I don't want to hear it from no family member or something. No. We're in social media technology, man, that if that person's really at Easterling or Limestone or wherever that person is, they can do a phone interview, right? Let us hear it from the real victims themselves. I don't want to hear from people that say I can play this role, I can play that role. Because I've had the same conversations, right? And I'm like, no, man, I don't want to play no roles. I don't want nobody to play fake roles. My channel is not based off fakeness, right? I told y'all how easy it was for me to tell people, or even people even willingly to act roles. Oh, I can be this, I can be that. No, I don't roll that way. I don't roll that way, right? I roll with facts, right? Now, if you tell me, hey, I got this victim, well, let me talk to the victim. Let me make sure that he is really a victim, that he's not just a made up character, right? Because I've been in the same situation, right? When this character's been telling me, I got this person, that. No, man. No, right? Because when you tell me that you're ready to play a role, like this is some fucking role playing costume and no, I'm not gonna submit myself down to doing fake interviews or interviewing fake people, right? Or interviewing fake gang members or interviewing fake people that know stuff. I'm not trying to spin any kind of false narrative, right? I haven't did it then, and I'm not gonna start now. So there's a lot of things, man. There's just a lot of things that I had to distance myself from, right? I just had to. I just had to. And at the same time, man, that gives me more, more targets, man. More targets, right? I just get more targets, man. I don't mind. I don't mind it, man. I don't mind it. I don't mind it, man. It's just I'm gonna still be holding all these people accountable, man. All these people that were writing Mark's way, saying Mark was innocent, y'all are not gonna be able to switch sides, man. And even through you get Persians that are treason on your team that align yourself, and you think that it's gonna make it easier for you to be able to switch over to the good side. No, y'all are rotten bad and apples, man. That's why birds of a feather flock together, right? When you got characters coming and telling you, "Hey, I can play this, we can do that," I'm like, no, man, I don't run my channel off false narratives. I don't. I don't. I don't care if you can come out playing saying Mark did this and Mark no, because it ain't true at the end of the day, right? So when people want to start running false narrative on your channel and those ideas of false narrative, it's almost like they're trying to set you up, right? They got these grandest ideas of, oh man, I can play this person, I can play that person, I can play this. And it's almost like, no, man, you're trying to make me lose credibility on my channel. And to me, my integrity and my word mean a lot. So I'm not going to succumb to playing roles, right? And cosplaying. No. I got an interview with the real victim, right? And this victim, it's documented, right? So whatever he says and tells you, you can go back and watch the civil suits, right? This all the civil suits that he posted and for his case, it's documented. So whatever he says, his life experience, what he's going through, you can actually believe it, right? Because it's documented. And that's why that don't bother me, bro. I'm 40 something years old, man, and I've never voted. I've never voted, right? It doesn't bother me. Politics does not bother me, man. Politics is not going to stop me from eating. Whatever president is in office does not bother me, right? I'm just a fucking an ant, right? I'm not a business owner. I don't worry about tariffs. I don't worry about, and we know as the consumer, every year prices go up on stuff. That's just the way life is, man. Stuff that was in 1965 is nowhere near the price that it is now. It doesn't affect me, right? It doesn't affect me. If it affected me, I'd be out there marching and protesting, right? It doesn't bother me. My people are good, right? I'm an American. So that dies out, man. That dies out. That dies out. But what's not going to die out is Mark, because everybody's still trying to ride Mark's wave, flip flopping, and that's going to be my channel, man, just to expose these idiots. June, Donta, and whoever tries to align themselves with the false narrative. I'm not going to attack you. I'm just going to use everything that you say against you. Just like you know, plead the fifth. Plead the fifth. But y'all want to get on YouTube and spill the beans. So don't get mad when people use your own statements against you. Don't get mad. Or your own actions. Or your own actions. Don't get mad, man. Because that's what I'm gonna start doing. I'm gonna start calling you out on your actions. Everybody, man. I don't care about the views. I already showed you I don't make no money off of this shit. I waste money, right? I waste money fucking with this. Hey, but like I said, man, when you do things from the kindness of your heart, you don't ask nothing in return, man. It's prevention and awareness, right? There's people out there like Mark Moore, and then there's people like Donta and June that would sit there and defend, right? A known rapist, right? A solidified known rapist. They would sit there and support him, hold him on the panel, entertain the idea that Mark's a saint. I don't care about the views, man. I don't care about views. I don't care about subscribers. All right. I don't care about views, man. I'm happy. Once again, I'm not a content creator, man. I'm just some dude that has extra time on their hands, too much time on their hands, right? That's it. That's it. I'm just a dude. I got too much time on their hand, man. You know what I mean? I just got too much time on my hand. I got other hobbies that I do, but hey, this is more interesting to me, man. I'm not giving up. If you think that I'm gonna stop talking about Mark or these characters, you got life mistaken, man. I'm not gonna stop. I'm the type of guy that you do me wrong, I'm not gonna stop till I feel like I got done right. Right? I'm not gonna stop until I feel, hey, they've had enough. You and anybody else in the comments is not gonna dictate on what I talk about. Right? I don't care about monetization, super chats, money. It doesn't. I don't. That doesn't bother me, man. I'm not doing it for that, right? I'm doing it to expose, right? Expose the ones that are really doing it for the money, right? They got more to lose than what I do. I don't got nothing to lose, right? They tried everything already. I don't got nothing to lose. I don't. No, that's good, man. Hey, if that's if that's your opinion, that's fine, man. But I'm telling you, I don't care about the views. I don't care about the views, man. I don't. All I care is that the world gets to see who these people are for who they really are, right? That's what y'all wanted. Y'all were trying to paint me in this negative light without proof, right? So don't get mad when the rabbit got the gun. Don't get mad. Now that the rabbit got the gun, everybody wants to say, Kumbaya. Everybody wants to be around the campfire, right? Holding hands. Nah, man. You see what I do? I get rid of my trash, right? I get rid of my trash. But they say another man's trash is another man's treasure. No, no, I don't need, see, I don't need no positive reinforcement. I need all the negative reinforcement. Give me all the negative. Y'all been silent. I need all the negative momentum. I need all the negative reinforcement. I don't need positive reinforcement at the moment. I can pat my own self in the back. I can stroke myself, right? I can stroke myself. Thank God I can still stroke myself, right? I don't need nobody to stroke me, right? I can still stroke myself. You know what I mean? I'm not disabled enough to. I kind of still stroke myself if I wanted to, right? I don't need nobody stroking me. I mean, I don't need nobody patting me on the back and telling me a good job. No, I don't need no positive reinforcements. The only positive reinforcements that I needed from my family, right? My son, my wife, my family. That's the only positive reinforcement that I need, right? Because at the end of the day, those are the only ones that know you, right? I don't need no. No, but see, this is what you have to understand. I don't care about views, right? I don't care about views. If I cared about views, I would be switching up my content, right? But once again, I'm not a content creator, man. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not inspired to have a plaque. I don't wake up every morning and be like, "Oh, what am I? What video am I going to drop today?" No, that's too much of a headache. That's too much of a headache, man. If I'm looking for a job, I'll go find a job, right? I don't want a job. I don't want a job. I don't want to work. This to me is not work. This to me is when I'm outside wasting time, right? Which I'm already going to be doing by burning, you know? I'm wasting time right here just sitting, looking at a phone, burning, right? That's it. So I'm not going out of my way. You see what I'm saying? I'm not going out of my way to fit a schedule. Oh, this here is going to be for YouTube. This here is going to be no. Whenever I feel like coming out here, sitting down and talking shit, I do it. I'm not doing it for views, content. I'm doing it because it's the right thing to do. There was a lot of people promoting Mark Moore, right? There was a lot of people promoting him. And the right thing to do was speak the truth. That's what I did. Now, everybody that was against me wants to be on the same path, right? Oh, no, we're interviewing victims over here. This channel over here is for the victims, by the victims. But at the same time, y'all were over there victim shaming, right? Saying mental health deserved everything he got. Who cares what the black man does to the white boys in prison? These are the same characters that align themselves with each other, right? Talking reckless about victims, but highly about Mark. I don't care what y'all do to Mark. This shit doesn't bother me, man. It doesn't bother me that y'all playing, oh, we got his channel. No, I don't give a fuck. As long as that motherfucking monster's on YouTube doing videos, I will be out here counter-striking, right? Counter-strike. I cut Youngblood off. See, you must have the impression that Youngblood took off. I cut Youngblood off, man. It's so much stuff, right? So much stuff. When they had fake paperwork, right? Not once did that man reach out to me and say, "Hey, they got a fake picture about you. They got fake paper." What was he doing instead? Over there holding, entertaining the panels, right? Do you know how many times this guy told me he can play so many fake roles? Do you know how many times he's like, "Hey, I can play this guy, I can play that guy," and I'm like, "No, we don't need no role playing, cosplaying on my channel. I don't wrong with false narrative." So if you're under the impression that Youngblood took off, I distance myself, man. I was seeing too many things, too many red flags, too many red flags. So when you see too many red flags, all you can do is it's like an umbilical cord. You cut it, pow, right? You distance yourself, man. You distance yourself, right? So I don't know what kind of information you got, Jay Play, but you're wrong, man. Like you're always wrong, man. That's why all y'all need is to stick together and kumbaya, because y'all birds of a feather flock together, man. Y'all all caught from the same cloth. So everybody's like, "Oh, yeah." No, I distance myself because, first of all, I don't need to align myself when people want to make false narrative, right? My channel has never been about false narrative. fake interviews, fake people. No, I don't need none of that shit coming back up on me, right? Me losing credibility because of somebody else's actions, right? Because at the end of the day, if I was to go along with what Youngblood wanted to do, 9 out of 10 times it would have probably backfired, right? It would have came back to me and I would have looked discredited, right? So that's what it almost seemed like they were trying to do. The girls, the girl. First of all, man, if you consider any kind of girl that's in this fucking chat room or in this fucking environment that we're talking about, good luck. You can keep them, right? You can keep them. I don't need any kind of females that are dying for attention, right? I don't need that, man. I don't need me trying to make you feel any type of way. You know what I mean? Like these other dudes do when these females are in these chats. I don't do that. I don't give these hoes no mind, right? I don't need to tell these bitches good morning. How you doing? No, I never paid a bitch a mind of my day in my life, bro. It's always been backwards, right? I've always been in the position to where the bitch comes to me, right? Or she gives me some kind of hint, you know, a blink, a smile, something, right? The push of a hair, something, right? As a man, we know when a female's trying to, give you the sign. I've never been the type of guy to approach a female. Never have, never will. Never. I've never gone up to a girl and say, "How you doing?" or "What's your name?" No, I've never have. I don't have those social skills, right? I don't. So I have a wife, right? I don't need to be paying any other female attention, right? I don't need to be making other females feel appreciated or wanted, right? Or leading them on to the wrong thing, right? I don't do that. I'm not here to make friends, right? I'm not here to make friends. But during the time, if I can make a friend, why not? Right? Why not? But I'm not in the business of being on social media looking for friendship or looking for partnership, right? I have that. I'm on YouTube trying to speak the truth. And during that, you're going to ruffle from some feathers, man. You're going to ruffle some feathers, right? Because all them people are mad for what? Why? I'm exposing the truth, Mark. And their predatory behaviors, right? Donta and Mark are the same, right? They both got exploitative tactics. They go hand to hand, hand to hand. And isn't that a bitch that you're being you're being called the same thing, man? The only thing is that you're not a sexual predator, but you're a predator. Who who was supporting me, man? Who was supporting me? Who? Who? It's all for attention, man. It's all for attention, right? Because I haven't switched up. I haven't switched up. I'm still talking about the same shit that I'm talking about a year ago. Everybody else has switched up. Everybody has switched up, right? Everybody has conformed and become a degenerate. They've lowered their standards, right? To be able to conform with the party. Right? I'm not. I'm not. If I have to lower my standards to become friends with somebody, then you're not my friend. We don't need to be friends. We don't need to be friends. If vice versa, if you're gonna have to lower your standards and I have to lower my standards for us to be friends, then we don't need to be friends. We don't need to be friends. We don't need to be friends, right? And that's the thing. A lot of people get on their social media. Oh, it's my friend. It's my friend. How can he be your friend when you don't even know that guy personally, man? Right? I got friends that I grew up with, and I don't even call them guys my friends anymore. They're more like acquaintances, right? Associates. Yeah, we grew up together. We know each other. And that's the thing. We know each other, right? That's the key word. We know each other. So we distance ourselves, right? We grew up, we'd already know each other. I know you're a bitch ass dude. You might consider me a bitch ass dude. So there's no point of interacting with each other because we see each other differently, right? So that's the thing, man. A lot of people have this social media, and it comes back to that it's this thing called parasocial, man. It's like everybody wants to be uh, friends with social media personalities, content creators. It's like celebrity and athletes, right? Everybody wants to be accepted with these guys. So now, if a content creator replies to your comment, he's your friend now. He's your friend. You posted a comment, he replied to it, and now y'all in a deep friendship, right? And now you should owe your allegiance to him because he replied to your comment. And that's a sad thing that we live in this world, man. That a comment will make a person think, "Oh, he replied to me," and people will screenshot that shit, right? Look at this shit. He replied, bro. He replied. Oh, because they want to be part of the mix. Me, I don't want that, right? I don't expect nobody to do that for me, right? That's why I don't have no membership, right? I don't have no membership, right? I don't feel right people paying their hard-earned money to listen to me, right? I don't have no memberships. I took that shit down. I took it off. I don't put my cash up there. I'm not looking for any kind of okay. If YouTube gives me something, okay, well, okay, that's fine. But I'm not asking or expecting for friends to benefit me, right? Because that's what a lot of people on YouTube want friends for, right? Oh, can you give me? You super chat me? Oh, send me something to my P.O. box. Thank you, man. Thank you, my number one subscriber. It's all a benefit, right? I'm not that type of guy, man. I'm not going to benefit. I'm not going to take advantage of people, right? If people want to align themselves and give me stuff for their friendship, no, man, you can keep it, bro. Keep it. Keep it. Keep it. Waste it on your family. Take your kid out to Chuck E. Cheese or, take your son, or start buying your kid's school supplies for the year coming up. Don't waste it on me. Don't give it to me. So I don't expect friendship, man. Right? I don't expect friendship on YouTube. Why? 9 out of 10 times, the people that are on social media is not really who they are in person. Right? And that's a fact. That's a fact. Everybody on YouTube is a persona. Just like Donta, right? He's a persona. Right? He got this persona of being a stomped down dude. Right? So what does he do? He aligns himself, right? He aligns himself with people that have this credential, right? He aligns himself with these people that have that credential for they can speak up on him. Oh yeah, Donta this, Donta that. Right. Donta this, Donta that. There's nothing wrong with fame and notoriety, man. Nothing wrong with it. Look at Mark. Mark's fucking living the time of his life with it. Ain't nothing wrong with it, man. Like I said, everybody wants to be known and remembered in this life, man. Everybody. Everybody wants to be remembered. I don't care, man. I don't care if I get forgotten, right? which most likely we are, right? I'm pretty sure once my kids have his kids, maybe they'll probably go see me every now and then at the cemetery, right? So I'm not on YouTube looking for friends. But the good thing is that if you do happen to come across a good friend, you can talk, right? You can have conversations over the phone and be like, oh, yeah, this dude is a cool dude. There is people you can meet, right? Oh, this dude is cool, right? But that's very far in between, man. That's like maybe one out of every 10 people you probably be able to have a cordial and like-minded conversation. But a lot of them come with deceit in their heart, man. Deceit. And just because you start interviewing victims, and now you're supposed to not, and that is supposed to make you on the right track now, and say, oh man, look, I'm interviewing victims over here. I care about them now. I care. No, it seems like all you do is a money grab. Right? It seems like everybody wants Noel to stop talking about it because Noel's the only one that's telling the truth. Noel, stop talking about it. Stop talking about it. Noel, you're fucking it up for everybody. You're not making no money. We're not making no money. And that's my plan, right? Right? If I ain't making no money, y'all ain't gonna make no money. And if y'all making money, it's pennies on the dollar. Why? Because Noel's over there talking about it. He's telling the truth. No, yeah, yeah, I am hating. I am hating. I am hating. Yeah, I am hating. Yeah, if that's what you want to call it, I'm hating. I'm hating that people are supporting a serial rapist. Yeah, I'm hating. I'm hating. Yeah, I'm hating because they're doing the right thing, right? I'm hating. Fuck. But you see, I've never hated on the next man, man. And that's why God has blessed me, man. Right? God has blessed me more than what I can ask for, right? I'm happy, man. I'm happy. I mean, don't get me wrong. I would love more. Who doesn't want more? But I'm happy, man. I'm happy. Right? I'm home 24/7. I'm happy, man. You don't you can't value success with monetary value, man. You know how many people there is that are rich and they wake up and they hate going to work every day? They hate their life, right? But they're rich. They're rich. But they still got to get up and dance, right? To somebody else's tune. Me, I'm happy, man. You know, I wake up, I go to sleep, I do what I want, right? Right. Yeah, but see, that's the difference. You have to see the difference. I talk about him in a negative light, right? I talk about him in a negative light. I speak the truth. I don't try to persuade or try to run the false narrative, right? Now that all venues have gone, now y'all want to jump on the side and say, hey, Mark is guilty. I'm not gonna let that happen. I'm not gonna let it happen. The only way that's gonna happen is y'all need to start praying for my health to deteriorate. That's the only way, man. You hear me? That's the only way. That's the only way this is gonna get me off the YouTube, man. My health. This is therapeutical for me, man. I can do this laying down, sitting up, sitting on the shitter. It doesn't take much, man. It doesn't take much. So I told you my thing was throwing that monkey rich in the game, right? Just fucking the game up. fucking the game up. I love fucking games up, man. All right. I love being the party pooper. Right? Because that's what I am. Right? No, I don't want that no more. I don't want that no more. I don't want that no more. I want to expose. I'm in the business of exposing people's character, man. And I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop. That's what they want me to stop, right? They want me to go back to my baseball cards. They want me to go back to my grilling. They want me to go back to they want me to go back to me, right? Go back and do you, Noel. No, I can't. I can't. So y'all think y'all can beat on me and say this and do that and me walk away? That's not me. That's not me, man. I told you, you have to adapt. You have to adapt for survival, right? And if I want to survive on this YouTube, then I have to adapt, right? I have to adapt, right? Mark hasn't adapted. He's being a pawn. I don't want to be nobody's pawn, right? That's why I've chosen to distance myself and isolate myself, right? What did Mark say? I'm not letting nobody on my panel. I'm not letting nobody on my live. I'm like, fuck, they've been trying to do that from the beginning, man. That's why I didn't let nobody on my life. For what? For they can burn people up and they go run to YouTube and say, hey, he did this on his channel. He did that. No. But see, the more characters that join the team, you never know who's going to fuck up, right? So it's better to have a small team, right? Small. Me, maybe another guy, maybe 3 guys at the most. You know what I mean? Don't need too many people, man. What do you need people for? To solidify and make you feel like, hey, I got all these people. No. All you need is one. All you need is one cosigner, right? In life. Everything is just one cosigner. You don't need fucking 3, 4, 5 multiple cosigners for that scat pack. It's just one. You just need one cosigner. Right? And even then, it's kind of hesitant, right? Because it's like, man, it's still. But then when you start adding all these characters are unlocked character, unlocked character, unlocked character, unlocked character, unlocked character. So many characters unlocked. And all you're looking at is at their stronger points, and you're not even looking at their weak points. What's their weak points? All you're doing accepting them for their strong points, right? But you're not looking at their weak points. What's their vulnerable position? What's their vulnerable? Because everybody has vulnerable. Everybody's vulnerability, right? You're not looking at them. You're just accepting them. Not me, man. I look at them, and then once I start seeing too many red flags, zoop, cut, snip. You know what I mean? It's like cancer, man. Once you find cancer growing in you, what do the doctors do? They treat you and hey, we can't let that shit spread. Cut it out. It's cancer, man. Once you start seeing cancer, red flags, you cut it out. You don't let it brew and grow. It's a good thing you caught it in just enough time, right? You caught the cancer before it spread. Is he bringing the popcorn? Mark, see, all y'all doing is giving me good content, man. Because as long as as long as Mark, Dante, and Judy and all these guys are online, it's gonna be content for me, man. It's content. Because I'm gonna be the one that reminds y'all every day that y'all drop videos about victims, that y'all are the same guys that were victim shaming. June still got videos posted up of saying Mark is innocent. of June driving like fucking June almost became a real life version of a crash dummy, right? No, Mark that, Mark not this, Mark that, doing domino deliveries, the domino hitman. Yo, do y'all remember that shit? Him driving at 60 high velocity, going back and forth to the looking out the front window to the passenger front window, passenger Mark Sinister, Mark Sinister, Noel, fuck you, Noel, fuck you. Reckless driving. Have we all forgot about that? This guy was a fucking reckless driver, driving all around, delivering Domino's pizza, at the same time being the voice for Mark Moore. Nah, I don't want to give that dude any kind of play, man. I don't want him to give it any kind of justification or any kind of excuses because they're excuses. There's no thing that Donta can say to me that's going to make me believe that all overnight he got an epiphany and said Mark was guilty. No, no, right? Because there was plenty of times that Donta said, I believe Mark did this. I believe Mark did that. But I don't believe he did the raping. I believe he did this. I believe he did that. Right? So when I brought out hips, that should have been enough, right? I gave him so many opportunities, right? Okay, not hips. Okay, Brad. I gave him so many opportunities to come reach out and say, hey, man, that's the real victim. But then, you know what, man? I want to be for the victims, man. I know. No, right? No, right? Donta had every fucking opportunity to be on the right track. Every opportunity, right? What did he try to do? Offer me $300, right? And as you can see, man, those $300 probably more. It's probably more than what I'm making myself at the moment, right? Those $300 that he offered me, hey, if you in reality, it's more than what I'm actually making myself. I'm making what, 20, $30 a month? Doesn't even cost the cost of StreamYard. But at least if I would have gone over there with Donta, hey, he would have gave me $300. That's life changing. Fuck. Dubai, Lambos, here I come. Right? He could have did the right thing right then and there, right? But what did he do? Try to silence me, right? He said, "Oh man, let me offer you $300 for me to control the narrative of the story." Right? And I'm like, "What's the narrative of the story, man? That he's guilty?" No. He's not guilty. He's not guilty. He's not guilty. Hips is not on YouTube. Do you see Hips on YouTube? Now, if I would have created Hips a channel, right? That would have been wrong of me, man. Right? Because I would have contributed to the problem, right? I wasn't gonna give him a platform to speak his shenanigans. But at the same time, you gotta combat evil with evil, right? I'm not evil. So I had to bring somebody that knew Mark, right? Closely, personally. And I got the messages where Hips said, oh, Mark had Hips meat in him. I'm pretty sure they both had each other's meats in their mouth, right? Sick, twisted family, right? But we got one portraying the victim, and we got one not acting like the victim, but denying that he's a monster. So it's like Trump and Biden, right? You got to pick the the lesser evil of the two, right? And right then and there, you have to choose Hips as being the lesser evil of the two, right? That's the lesser evil of the two, man. Right? You got one that's kind of remorseful and doesn't really want to talk about it, right? Kind of feel shamed of what he did or participated either either willingly or unwillingly, right? He's still kind of shameful of it, right? He don't want to fucking talk about it. But then you got Mark Moore, right? Yeah, that's me. That's me. I doubled down on it, right? But see, nowhere in that documentary that say Hips was a monster. Nowhere. Hips is a victim. But if you want to go based off birds of a feather flock together, by Hips making that statement, I have two boys, he have two boys, I fucked him up, right? Because now it's like, hey, it seems like you were part of the problem now, man. Because now it seems like if Mark had two boys, you had two boys. I'm just going based off the evidence at hand, right? That's all we can do, man. You know, we can go based off evidence at hand, right? No, this has nothing to do with it, man. That 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 has nothing to do with it. That's totally irrelevant to me, man. I'm not I, I'm not crying over something that happened to me 20 something years ago and something that I have my own life and moved on. Like that makes no sense, man. But see, a lot of people can't get rid of the past. They're still stuck on it, man. Like Mark, right? I'm not. I don't live in the past. I don't live in what happened yesterday, right? My life, my family life is lovely. I'm content. I don't worry about what happened, man. I had no control, right? That's past tense. I'm speaking up on these monsters, right? The similarities of Donta and Mark, right? They both have exploitative tactics, right? For what? Monetary self gain. They're both one of a one. They're both from the same. They're both apex predators in their environment. Mark is like Jaws, right? In prison. Mark's the apex predator. He's Jaws. But you put him on YouTube, he's Flipper, right? He's domesticated. He's Flipper. He don't know. He's out of his environment. He ain't the apex predator over here. Donta is an apex predator, right? On social media. He knows the ins and outs of this game, right? Hips, why do you accept Hips? Hips is a victim, right? I never heard Mark say he was a victim. I've never heard Mark say he was a victim, right? Even through you constantly ask Mark, hey Mark, you said you were a victim. No, I ain't never been a victim, right? So when somebody tells you that they were tied down and held down, but they were a victim at one point, man. And based off the documentary, according to Jonathan Schwartz, Hips was a boy, right? Hips was a boy. And according to David Mendenhall, once you become a boy, you can no longer become a man. So Hips' association with Mark was more for a survival instinct, right? More for survival. Like, fuck, I gotta hang out with this dude for survival, right? No, we could always try to go back to the race card, right? The race card, the race card, the race card, right? When you call somebody racist based off their actions and statements, right? Now, when you got Donta saying, who cares what the black man does to the white man in prison, man, those are clearly statement remarks. Those are racist statements. You can't take those racist statements, right? Now, I can call him a racist, right? I can call Donta a racist, right? I can call him a racist because those are racist statements, right? What is it? You can't blow it out of context. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? What, like, how can you blow that out of context? Let's let's reevaluate Dante's statement. Who cares what the black man does to the white man in prison? Okay, because a lot of people are saying that I'm racist. Now there's Jay Play's trying to pull the racist card on me, right? Let's speak racist facts now. Thank you, man. Go show me somewhere any kind of statements, any kind of actions that I've said that I'm a racist, right? Go show me. But I can show you. I can explain it to you. I can explain it to you. Now you tell me, how can that be blown out of context or out of proportion when somebody says, I don't care what happens to the white man by the hands of the black. I don't care what the black man does to the white man. I don't care. Look at that right there. People have to understand what that statement means. That's what that statement means right there. That could be Dante, that could be June, that could be Youngblood, and that could be Grim, God Soldier, right? And he don't care. He don't care. He doesn't care, right? So when you say those kind of statements, and then you got pictures like this, it paints a real vivid picture, man. And it really portrays you as a racist motherfucker. And I got a thumb drive full of your shenanigans, right? A thumb drive. I actually do have a thumb drive. It's labeled Dante Shenanigans, right? Of all your videos that I guess you thought you deleted, but they're on this thumb drive. Your 3-4 hour rant about all your shit being fake, your meltdown, all the videos that you think have been deleted, they're on this little thumb drive. I actually have a thumb drive, right? Not like you do. You have an empty hard drive, thumb drive, right? It's empty. You need to reformat that one. This one is full, man. I might have to get me another one, right? I might even have to get me a fucking external hard drive for all your shenanigans. Oh yeah, I've been to prison. I've been, but I still don't have the mentality of not caring what happens to the next man. You're not gonna catch me and say, "Hey, who cares?" I mean, I'm not. I'm not. But yeah, I've been to prison, but I'm not gonna use that as an excuse to hate the next race. I said, man, if Mark was the victim, man, I'd be speaking up on it. And matter of fact, the victim that I'm going to interview is black, right? The person that I'm going to interview is black, right? He's a victim, a real victim, right? And it's going to be documented. So everything that this victim says, any naysayers can go and do their homework, do their research, and be like, damn, that is a real victim. And the dude's black, right? It don't matter, man. Victims come in all shapes and forms, man. I do it for the victims. No, no. You see, we're against Dongle Blast does not promote hogging people. We don't do this shit, right? We don't find this acceptable, right? We don't do this to our own kind. Our homeboy finds out that you're hogging somebody, you can get in trouble. We're not a criminal organization. We're supposed to be going against it, right? That's where we were founded upon, right? To go against all the negativity in prison, the extortion, the hogging, the bullying, the graping, the making people. Back then, if you weren't going to join a prison family, you were going to become a boy, right? That's no ifs buts about it. And your own race got first pickings. The only ones that didn't happen to were the whites, right? The whites got, the blacks and the Mexicans would take turns on who would get. Hey, you got him last time. Now, hey, this white boy's ours. But we're not founded upon that, man. We're not founded upon bullying and extorting, right? We're 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 it's Tejanos against negative gang organizations, right? So basically, anything negative, that's what we stand for, man. We don't accept, right? And don't get me wrong. In some units, there might be some homeboys that are bullying, right? There might be, right? Right? Because not everybody's going to adhere and follow policy, right? Just like in Alabama says, hey, as long as you're a penetrator, you still a G. Some units, rules get bent and heads get turned. Hey, all right, fuck it. It is what it is. Oh, that picture is from a prison, I think, in Georgia. That's a picture in Georgia, right? It doesn't matter, man. The context is that this is what the black man does to the white boy. They put a stack of money on top of his head. You see all the zuzus and wham whams right there. It's basically telling the white man in the free world it's payback. This is our reparations here. You see this? This is our reparations. And that's the mentality, right? That's the mentality. This is what your ancestors did to my ancestors, right? This is our get back. This is our get back. I've had so many people when I first started this, you don't know about this. This is the only way we can get our get back, right? And let's not forget that that's why Jonathan Schwartz was so intrigued by Alabama limestone, because how the dynamics switched, right? The power dynamic switch, that the whites are in power. They're the cops, they're attorneys. But once the whites go to the prison in Alabama, they're the victims. The power switches drastically, right? Drastically, right? It's and then when you got people with 140,000 followers and you make statements that who cares what the black man does to the white man in prison, well then pictures like this pop up and it paints a vivid picture on what you felt. Now just happen this guy right here is just doing that white guy just to um humiliate him, right? In the comments, If you read into it, he said he got tired. His hands were hurting. His hands were hurting. So this was the next best thing that he could find to humiliate these guys, right? Because the forcible, he was getting tired, man. Himself, he was hurting himself disciplining these guys, these poor white dudes, right? So he said, man, I'm fucking up my own hand trying to teach these boys a lesson. So he was physically beating these dudes up, right? That's why he got the ski mask on, right? A sadistic. It's a sadistic mask, right? What uh, a lot of them gay dudes wear. It's like the prison show called Oz. I know a lot of people that are around my age have watched that prison show called Oz. It used to be on HBO, right? And there used to be this one crazy white guy named Wolfpack, right? And this crazy guy Wolfpack made that crazy white guy that got his teeth. There was this one crazy white dude that he got the gums from a black dude transferred into him, right? Transplanted into him. So his brotherhood made him kick them out because he got uh, gums from a black person, right? Transplanted into his teeth. Fucking dogs, man. Yeah, that one, man. You seen it too. That dude, that dude Wolfpack would put a fucking leather mask over that guy, right? And he'd be pumping him and punching him at the same time. Some sadistic type of shit, right? And 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 I'm like, man, fuck. Does that shit really happen in prison? And apparently now, 30 something years later, my answer has been yes. They do wear those masks in prison. They do wear those sadistic masks in prison, right? See, we go back to victim shaming. That's what I don't understand. It's always the victim doing something. The victim doing something, right? No, no. It's the predator prey mentality, right? These guys can go in there, low offenders like Bradley Lucas went to prison for breaking into a newspaper vending machine. Do you know how much money is in the newspaper vending machine? Fuck. Them newspapers are so fucking thick that maybe you can only put what, 10, 15 bundles in there at max? And newspapers back in 2000 were like 50 cents a pop, 75 cents, a dollar. So how much money did Brad get out of the fucking vending machine, right? From a newspaper? 10 bucks, 20 bucks. If that. Brad Lucas had to go and defecate all over the place, got pound tounded, and was at risk, a high risk of catching a HIV, hepatitis C, lifetime healthcare treatment, right? According to Jonathan Schwartz. That's what happens to these guys, right? They get lifetime healthcare issues. So there's no point of victim shaming meant to try to, you know, make your reasoning right. It's not. It's not. There's no he was asking for it. Or he must it's like victim shaming the female for going out and having a good time out in the town, wearing something provocative. And now it's her fault that some guy like Mark decided to take upon himself and, victimize her. So it's her fault because she felt attractive She went somewhere to have a good time, and somebody slipped her and took advantage of her. So it's her fault. It's her fault. Don't get me wrong, man. If you have funny charges, so be it, man. So be it. All right. But not everybody has funny charges. David Mendenhall, right? He got convicted of manslaughter or murder to a kid, his own kid, right? So his paperwork's gonna be looking like, oh man, anywhere he goes, people are gonna be like, oh, this guy, he's the worst of the worst. He deserves every bit of what he gets, right? But nobody's gonna take the time and be like, hey man, maybe that dude was an accident. Maybe it was just a tragic, horrible accident. Because they both got convicted, right? It's sad, man, because a lot of people were like, oh, he deserved what he got. No, man. Even when Dante was interviewing his wife, she was happy that he was going through that, right? Not realizing that by her being happy that Mendenhall was going through that, her own family member, blood brother, is definitely going through it right now. And when she tried to get some reassurance or some comforting from Mark or Dante, do you think my brother's going through that? Oh no, no, he's all right. Your brother ain't going through that. He ain't going through that. He's okay. Instead of saying, you know what, your brother's going through what Mendenhall, if not the same, worse. The Alabama shit's bad, man. I read a story where this white dude was at the commissary line, right? This sexual predator that had no business being at this part of the building or at this part of the facility, because his color band did not match, right? I guess in Alabama they have color bands to where they, hey, this band means that you're supposed to be over there. This color means you're supposed to be over there. So this dude was able to get it out of his supposedly locked facility area of where he was at, walk himself all the way over to the commissary line, pull out a knife on the little poor white dude, kidnap the little white dude, took the little white dude out of where he's supposed to be at, took him all the way back to his house, to his part of the prison facility, walked him and raped him for hours and hours and hours. And only to body count, they let him go because they said, if you go up, we're gonna unalive you. So the Alabama prison shit fucked up, man. So anybody that wants to rock with them or support that ideology or glorify it, that's fucked up, man. That's no different than you being at the store and somebody kidnapping you and taking you around the corner and having their way with you, man. That's what happens to the white boys by the black men in prison. It's so those statements are very harsh, man. I've been to prison. I know what happens to the white boys. I would never say that out in public, right? Especially being a content creator, right? Having 140,000 followers, right? Because a lot of people want to be like you, Dante. A lot of people like you. So if you're spreading that hatred out there, people are going to align with you. Well, I gotta hate them guys too. Dante hates them, right? Isn't that what these kids do, man? They mimic everything, right? They see a pop star athlete. I want to be like LeBron. I want to be like Mike. So I will never catch myself as a big content creator making those type of statements. Because like you said, I've been to prison. I know what happens to the white dudes. I know what happens to them. And I know what happens to them when they're the minority, all right? In a place like Alabama. They're the minority. So I know what happens to them, right? I know what happens to them. This right here is just a glimpse of what happens to them on all fours, being humiliated. That's just a glimpse, right? The real sadistic stuff happens at the hands of Mark, of characters like Mark and JG. The real sadistic stuff, right? This right there, that's just a glimpse. The real sadistic stuff happens with Mark's guys like Mark, JG, characters like Big Ox, characters like that, right? But they don't want a few laughs. They don't want a few laughs, right? They want something more than a few laughs. They want to get right. They want to get their due at any cost. At any cost. I've seen some stomp down white dudes, man. But the stomp down white dudes I've seen were a racist dudes, right? Let's just call it what it is. Whites that join black gangs are never going to be respected by their counter equals, right? They're never, once again, if you don't believe me, just ask Mark. What did Mark say? What did Mark say about this white Brad? Or maybe Mark just told that story to justify his actions, right? But either way, it tells you right there, a white man has no place in a black man's gang. Yes, they might tell you, yeah, you're welcome, brother, you're part of us. But the first time you fuck up, they're gonna do what Mark said. Right? I had put my lust to the side. Because I felt he had proven himself to be a blood. But then when he fucked up, I had to grease him up. So they're always going to look for an opportunity because they already consider you weak, right? That's just the way it is, man. That's like me joining a black gang, right? Or a white gang. You know how my people would look at me? My people would look at me like, oh, you're a weak ass. You scared of them, so you joined them, right? That's what my people would tell me. Oh, you're weak. You're scared of them, right? That's why you joined them. And then the blacks would be like, oh, so what can we get from this beaner? You know, they're gonna see me as not being equal as them, right? Oh, he makes store, so yeah, he can rep it. He can rep it. He makes store. Oh, and plus he can also get some packages in. Oh, he can definitely rep. He can definitely rep the blood set or the crip set. So it's more of a beneficial, man. It's more of a beneficial alliance, right? No, I mean, from what I see, man, that should be like 1090, Peanut, Pino, all them dudes are like, come on, man. That shit just don't look right. But this is YouTube, man. Everybody, it's like me. It's like me, man, right? Everybody could got a persona. I could have fucking uh uh I guess I should have made a persona too. You know what I mean? Stomp down dude, put it in work. No, like that dude, jumpsuit Pablo. That dude just be talking that he be talking victim wise. Like the shit he be talking about that dude Carmelo Anthony, he just be talking out his ass, man. A lot of these white dudes that are content creators, even the fucking Hispanic ones are dropouts and no goods, right? Guys that couldn't cut it out for the team. And for one reason or another, they were gonna take me out. They were gonna snitch. They were gonna take my wife out. Well, you must have been doing something. You must have not been following the rules, right? It all comes to down you not following the rules, right? There's a lot of this prison genre. I'm gonna tell you like this, man. Real stomp down dudes are not gonna be on YouTube, and if they are, they just they don't fit. They're kind of the outcast of this shit, right? They're kind of the outcast. They have small platforms. Nobody wants to listen to them because you know why? A lot of these dudes don't want to go with conflict. They don't want to start conflict, man, because they've already been in a lot of conflict in their lives, right? I don't feel like asserting myself in YouTube beef, right? But that's what a lot of these fake dudes do, right? It's like that dude 1090 Jake. I don't know how the fuck that dude became how he became. And he's just a white boy snitch. He's just a white dude that snitched. It's like you signed, like I knew that once I jumped off the porch and I got a taste of juvenile, I knew that juvenile was just the beginning. I knew that as I got older, I was gonna go to prison or jail if I kept on going. At a young age, I knew, right? And when I went to prison and they're like, "Oh, you're going down south," and that's when people of older that have been down there, hey man, look, you're young, they got prison gangs down there, this is one, this is another one, this is and this is what they ask of you to do, and it's up to you. I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to join no prison family. No, just on the simple basis of being told what to do. I don't like being told what to do. I didn't listen to my own dad. So I'm not going to listen to no other grown man tell me what to do. That was the only, right? And then a lot of times they were telling me, oh, man, but when you get out of jail, they'll give you a care package. And basically it's like, so it's basically you're going to align yourself because of what you can get. I'm like, I don't need that, man. I don't need no care pack. I don't need nobody to help me get on my feet. I get myself back up on my feet, right? I don't need to join a criminal organization for what I can get. That's why I didn't join a prison family, right? I got homeboys that did, right? But I knew because they weren't really leadership material, right? Because when you're out here working for other people, when you're a worker, you don't have that mentality of being your own man, right? It's nothing wrong with being a worker, right? But there comes to a point where, man, you gotta stop being a worker and you gotta take your leap of faith and move on to the next level, or else you're gonna continue being a worker. You don't want to be a worker. It's like the same thing in the real workforce environment, right? In the workforce environment, you start off as a material handler, and then they start giving you they see potential in you, and they turn you into a lead, right? And then after a lead, you become a supervisor. Then after a supervisor, you become a manager, right? This is the ladder of success in the corporate world, right? Like in anywhere, right? That's anywhere. But if you want to continue just being a 9 to 5 or just being a worker all your life, and that's sad that that's a lot of people like that, man. A lot of people don't want to move up in life. They don't want to over exceed. They don't want to go the extra mile, man. To show, hey, look, I got potential. I'm an asset. Check me out. People don't. You know how many times I've gone to where I used to go to work, man. People be like, man, you're working too much, man. We don't work that hard here. Right? We don't work that hard here. Right? But if I would have joined that mentality every fucking place I got, I would have never climbed the ladder, right? I would have never got raises. It's sad to say that I've been to places where people are like, oh man, don't work hard. You don't get raises here, right? You don't get raises here. Nah, don't worry about it. Just do bare minimum. Do the bare minimum. Right. But I'm not that type of guy doing bare minimum, man. So when I would go ask for a raise, yes. Why? Because I'm an asset. I didn't succumb to the mentality of everybody else saying, hey, don't overwork. They're not going to give you no more, man. But people are content with just being workers, man. With just being a worker. I've never been content just being a worker on the street or in the corporate world. Never. The self motivation that I got being the first one on the corner. Same thing at work, man. So everywhere, it feels good, man. You know, not to toot my own horn, but it feels good, man, to being an asset to everywhere you know what I mean? I was an asset to anybody on the streets, man. I'm an asset in the corporate world, right? The 9 to 5, because I'm not just a average worker. I don't just go there to do bare minimum. I go there to earn my keep. So when there's firings, they don't even think about you. They don't think about you, right? But everybody else that's been there years and years that are just bare minimums, let them guys go, man. So they feel, oh man, we've been here longer. Why are you letting us go? Because you've had plenty of opportunity to move up. So my thing is, I'm gonna continue exposing these characters, man, for what they are and for what they do, man. And the only reason I'm gonna continue doing it, because they did not once, not once did they show any mercy upon me. Not once. And I guarantee you, they're still scheming and plotting. But when you don't have like nothing to hide, you're gonna be there expecting and waiting for phone calls that are never gonna come, right? You're gonna be expecting phone calls that are never gonna come. I'm not gonna go nowhere, man. My circle was a small knit circle, right? Even my ops are my family. And that's sad to say, right? Even people that uh we try to kill each other, you can say we're family, right? It's crazy, man. It's crazy that uh you can actually be killing these guys, you know, trying to kill each other. And at the end, I mean, it is what it is, right? It's crazy, man. I still sometimes I'd be wondering, like, see, that's the thing. He ain't never ran me off of YouTube. There shouldn't be no reason for you to be feeling bad because he ain't never ran me off. I'm still here. He ain't never ran me off. Everything that I've done is my own, right? Nobody's done nothing. Nobody has done anything. Nobody has made any significant major impact. Nothing. What have they done? Nothing. Nobody has ran me off because they have no substance or value or merit. What do they have? How can you run somebody off with false narrative? How? You run somebody off by telling them the truth, right? With facts. That's how you run somebody out of town. You don't run people out of town with fake news because he's not really ran off. I'm still here. Maybe at time I felt overwhelmed, but as far as being ran off, I'm still here. If you actually think that I wake up with hate in my heart, you got me mistaken, man. Right now, I've wasted an hour and 30 minutes and I haven't even finished my doobie, man. My wife, I hate this, man, because it's like I should already have been finished with my doobie. I haven't even eaten breakfast yet, man. I got up at 8:30, washed my ass, rolled me up my coffee, and stepped outside. This is what I do, man. It's my cup of coffee out here. You know what I mean? This is how I start my day. Get up, take my meds, uh, roll up my coffee, and just chill. I don't do it for the views, man. I don't do it for the. I don't do it for the. I don't do it, man, because it's just. Why is Dante doing it now? Why is John? Why is Dante and June doing it now? I just want to know what's their answer. Everybody. Jay Play. I'm pretty sure. No, I don't. You must think that I wake up, bro. You must think that Mark and these guys consume my life. I only deal with these guys when I'm outside burning, right? Usually it takes me about an hour to burn a cigar, man. Watching YouTube videos, playing my baseball game. You know, I recommend it. Uh, Download this game called MLB 9 Innings. Pretty good game, man. Free. Uh, Very entertaining game, man. Yeah, that was before, man. Where see once we are we talking about now or past tense, man? If you want me to go back to doing 5 videos, I can. You want 5 videos or you want every now and then? I can do 5 videos. I got all the time. You want 5 videos? Let me know. I can start giving you 5 videos a day if you want 5 videos. I'll start chopping up all these motherfuckers. How many videos you want? I just want to know why. Why? Why are they doing it? Why? Why do they want to speak for the victims now? Why? Why? Why do they call him Mark a apex predator now? Why? Why? Can somebody drop it in the comments why they're doing it? Why? Yeah. See, that's the thing, man. YouTube is supposed to be something that you can share with other people, man. You know, cooking videos, your cards, you know, certain trending stuff. But then there's so many people that you try to share stuff and they'll come around and manipulate it and flip it and tell you, oh, you're this, you're doing this. So it's like, why even do it then? Just might as well just, if they want drama, we'll give them the fucking drama then. And that's why I don't, like, every now and then I might post uh something about me buying a box of cards or me building a Lego set. You know, I would like to post a lot more stuff that I have in common, man, with a lot more people, right? You know how many people like building Lego sets instead of talking about Mark, man? You know how many different genres I can tap into? Do you know how many genres I can just tap into, man? But I've been with this Mark bullshit, and it's like this channel, that's all it is now. It's Mark shit, right? There's no more of me trying to switch over and oh, now this is going to be a baseball content or this is going to be a Lego content. No, this is just like it is what it is with this channel now, right? So I can't enjoy and sharing stuff that I like with people, right? You know, I can't sit there and open up a box with people and show, hey, look, this is the card I pulled out. Or hey, check out, look, this is what. No, man. Why? Because the majority of my audience is already polluted with the Mark. It's already been tainted and, you know, it is what it is. It's kind of hard for me to go back and say, oh, now I want to be this. No, right? This channel is basically what's going on, Larry Bird. But you have to, man. That's what you don't understand. When you're talking about awareness and prevention, I told you, man, it's like the same the gospel or the preacher on the corner, right? He's saying the same thing every day to the regulars, right? The regulars already know, God, this guy's already out here. He ain't gonna stop. The regulars walk by him, pass through him every day. But you know what that preacher does it for? For that one person that just doesn't or hasn't even heard it yet, right? That's why I do it for, man. Every day there's gonna be somebody new that doesn't know about it. Hey, oh, that's something I knew. That's something new today I knew. Right? Oh, I thought Mark Moore was a great guy. Now this guy's saying there's a documentary about Mark Moore out there. I need to do my own homework now and go look up who this Mark is or who this Donta is, right? Because they both got exploitative tactics, right? They both prey on the vulnerable and the weak. They both groom, manipulate, gaslight, intimidate. They both. And it's all for self-monetary gain, right? Mark would extort them white boys, right? Through Cash App, Zuzus, and Wham Whams. Donta exploits revenue, views, subscribers. It's all the same, right? There's no difference. To me, there's no difference, right? To me, it's the same exploitive tactical military mind games, right? Same shit. It ain't no different than being a pimp, right? You're exploiting the vulnerability of the woman, right? No different. No different. So as long as these guys are still showing them kind of traits and personalities and actions, but there's always going to be people like myself that got to speak up on them, man. I can't give them a pass. They didn't give me no hall pass. Shit. They didn't give me that one hall pass, right? Left and right. Attack. Left and right, man. Nah, man. That's the thing, man. I got another channel, man. I got another channel, right? And that other channel is doing pretty good, bro. You know, I mean, that's how I know, man, right? Like I have so many genres I can tap into, right? I don't want to be, I don't want to be in the prison or street genre, right? That's not me no more, man. That's not me. I haven't lived that life in over 20 something years, right? That's not me. That's no longer. I'm not proud of that, man. I'm not proud of 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 who that person was. So I wouldn't feel proud to be like telling stories about myself, man, or showing people like, no, man. I'd rather I'd rather sit in front of a camera, open up a pack of cards, or build the Lego, or even talk about baseball. So many other shit, man. Cooking, scooter riding. There's a genre of just Honda Navi riders, man. There's people that go drive their scooters through the shittiest parts of town and film the shittiest part of town, right? And people are intrigued by that, man. You driving around, showing people your side of town, right? All the ugly sides of it, right? People are intrigued by that, man. There are so many motherfucking genres and content that I can tap into, but I choose not to. I'm not a content creator. I don't want to be breaking my head about I should do this. No, I don't want to do all that. Donta didn't give him no motherfucking pass, bro. That time I was overwhelmed, right? Overwhelmed, and he was feeding off of that, right? He was feeding off of my own actions, right? He was feeding off of that. So I was giving him the momentum, right? Where's he at now? Where's he at? Where's he at? What happened to the white family content? Where's he at? If anybody, I got him right where he's at, right? If anything, don't try to flip the screen. He's feeling some type of way right now. That's why he went out patient. That's why he lost his hair. Cause I know who he is, right? It it could expose me for what? Tell me for what? Expose me for what? For what? For what? Didn't he expose me for everything? What? Okay, what did he give me a pass? What? How was I exposed? I want to know how. How? 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 Tell me. Tell me. I want to know, man. Did you say how? I thought he exposed me on everything. I'm not giving him no pass. I know who he really is. He don't know not even 5% of who I am. right? What phone? What did I have in my phone? What? 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 What did he have? What? You see, he was playing off me being thought that I was hacked, right? He was feeding off of that, right? He's like, oh, Noel thinks he got hacked. Noel thinks he got hacked, so I'm gonna feed off of that. I'm gonna feed off of that, right? And that's what he did, right? Right over there, I got this thumb drive full of incriminating stuff that I'm gonna send to the FBI. Send it. Send it. Don't let that don't don't let that stop you. Send it, right? Right? But there was never nothing on there, right? I had never got hacked. My account was never hacked, right? But he was feeding off of that, right? He was feeding off of me, right? So it was my own doing. Don't give that cowardless spine any credit. It was my own doing. It was my own doing. Nobody else's. All he did was play into it, right? That's it. And that's why I don't give him no pass. I'm going to continue, right? I'm going to continue, right? Because even then, knowing that my account wasn't hacked, oh, send me the password. Send me the account and password. You got to trust me at this point. If you want your account back, you got to trust me. Because he spared me. See, there you go. Once again, nobody had got hacked. Nobody, right? So if nobody got hacked, what's on that thumb drive? What's on that thumb drive? If nobody got hacked. If nobody got hacked, what's on that thumb drive? What is it exposed? Nothing, right? Nothing. Only gullible people like yourself, which is probably Donta. Only you. There was nothing to be spared, right? That's why I'm here, right? I'm talking so much shit about him that he's a bitch. He ain't no different than what Mark is. Lay that thumb drive in the card if there really is, right? If you really did, if it really is, but lay it out. But there ain't nothing to be laid out on the table, right? There ain't. There ain't. So why would I stop? Right? Why would I stop if they got people like you believing that? Why? Why? That's just more momentum for me to continue going on these motherfuckers. Thank you. That's what I needed. More, give anything more else? For I can start giving you those 5 videos a day. You want those 5 videos a day? When was I saying no, 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 no? When? I told him. Okay, if you have it, send it to the FBI. When? When? Come on, man. You go backtrack somebody else, bro. I remember everything I say, right? If he had something, send it to the FBI. Send it. Send it. Because now, if you got incriminating property, you're just incriminating yourself. You're just as responsible for not doing the due diligence and reporting it. You're just held as liable. So me, I wouldn't put myself in that situation. I wouldn't be holding a hot potato. Would you? That's a hot potato, right? I wouldn't want to be holding a hot potato. I'd pass that hot potato off to where it needed to be passed off to. If that meant it needed to be passed off to your local authorities, well then, hey, here you go, man. Take care of this potato. I don't want this hot potato on my lap. But you don't, man. Right? You don't. You don't. So when my reaction of negative saying no, 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 never happened, right? Because you can clearly go back to that video and me telling him, well, send it to the FBI, man. Right? Because I was under the impression that I was hacked. Right? If you say that you hacked me, well, then send it. You say that all this stuff's on there, send it. Why wait? Why wait? Don't do me a favor. I'm not going to do you a favor. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop talking about Dante Bill and his fairy tale made up world that he lives in Detroit. Right? I'm not going to stop, man. He's lucky I haven't started posting his address and his pictures of his house, right? Like he did me, right? But I'm not a fucking scumbag like how he is, right? I'm not gonna put his shit box out there, right? 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 Because they put a picture of my motherfucking house, right? Right? You ain't forgot about that, right? You ain't forgot about that, right? Maybe I should repay you back with the same medicine. And check out, look, I'm going into real estate myself. Check this house out. Does this house look profitable to live in? Does it look like a good investment home? Maybe I should start being a fucking scumbag motherfucker too, you'll be. And start putting everybody in your motherfucking inner circle's life at jeopardy, right? Like you did me, right? By you posting my motherfucking address on social media, you jeopardized everybody around me. For what? To defend Mark Moore? Maybe I should do the same thing to you, right? Maybe I should jeopardize everybody around you too. And repay you back for what you said, for what you did to me, right? How would you like that? Right? How would you like that? I can create as many other fucking accounts too and put it on that shit, right? Hey, check this out. Check out this new real estate, this new investment property I'm looking at. What do y'all think? Right? How would you like it for me to jeopardize everybody that you fucking care about? Right? How would you like that? Of what you, the same tactics that you did to me, how would you like that if I'm paying back to you? How would you like for me to start playing dirty? I told you, the party with me just getting fucking started, bro. Remember, it's not who starts the race. It's who finishes it. Right? You were like a fucking hare, a jackrabbit, right? Here comes my ass, the little turtle, right? Coming along, coming along, coming along, coming along. You running marathons around me, right? Right? But sometimes you gotta play, you gotta hit evil with evil, right? Everything that you did to me is gonna come back tenfold. I'm gonna make it my mission. I'm gonna make it my mission. Just like you and everybody else made it your mission. You made it your mission, right? Panels, mask, false narrative, even including my daughter into your shenanigans, right? That was very disrespectful. Not once did I ever include anybody about your family, right? Not once. Not once did I play dirty with you. Not once. Not once did I get into that pig pen, right? Not once. Not once did I succumb of putting your addresses, your pictures of your home on social media. Did I succumb to that? And when I do it, I'm going to tell you it was me. Because even through they're going to do it, you're going to still take it as me, right? Right? I'm going to be. It's like I'm going to be blamed for it, right? You blame me back then, and I don't see nothing different, right? Because we're the common enemies, right? So if anything comes back to me, hey, it's like the Lenny in this thing, right? They're gonna come back. Hey, it was they were going back and forth, right? But I'm ready. You know what I mean? Like I told you, I'm willing. You know what I mean? I'm willing to protect minds and dies for minds, right? Now, the $1 million question is: are you? Are you? Because you created a lot of fucking shitstorm, right? And now you're going to be asking, like, I see a lot of these people that created all this fucking shitstorm on these other platforms, and they're all acting fucking stupid. Like, why? We didn't know it was going to come down to this. We didn't know. We lost two good people. Right? I haven't been playing dirty, right? Not once. And when people want to play dirty, I cut them off, right? I cut them off. I mean, I don't want no false narrative. I don't want none of that shit, right? I want facts. I want facts. I want facts, right? It was all fine and dandy when my shit was getting posted, right? Right? All for what? What different? What was I doing different then that I'm doing now? That y'all are trying to do? That's what I want to know. Why did y'all put my address out there, pictures of my home? For what? For what? For what? For what? For what? And then for me to not feel some type, oh, don't feel some type. No, y'all jeopardized everybody that I love, right? All for what? For a fucking sexual predator? No, we're not talking about no law contributing member of society. We're talking about scum of the earth on both worlds, free world and in prison. You jeopardized all my loved ones, right? For what? For what? So I want to ask yourself, you know, how would you feel if your shit box starts getting posted, right? And say, hey, this guy supports Mark, right? So the victims can start putting a face in the place where to go, right? The victims. So y'all can become the next viral sensation, right? Isn't that what y'all want to do? Isn't that what y'all want to do? Y'all want to go viral, right? Well, y'all playing with the right one. I'll catch y'all later, man.